We're just gonna start now and then I'll cut off.
Okay, go ahead. This blood. I hope it isn't Trevor's blood, because he's playing Resident Evil 1, and he was almost a Trevor sandwich.
This game contains scenes of explicit
violence and gore. This is Resident Evil 1.
I'm scared.
This is the DualShock version. That's me.
That's probably a dog. That's why he was so scared. That's how I feel.
Dude, I hate this.
Director's cut DualShock version.
DualShock TM version.
And I will be playing original mode today. And it will be Jill.
Jill's quest, because her quest is easier.
Not that it's just easier, but Chris's mode has 6 slots for item inventory, whereas Jill has 8. And especially in this game, item inventory management matters a lot. So Chris has like a sort of sense of artificial difficulty because you have to go back to chests all the time. And not only that, is Chris has to get little items all the time where Jill does not. So it's a big difference in terms of just like monotony's sake.
Yeah, and there's other parts Trevor will point out where Jill's is much easier. She's just more of a jack of all trades with what she gets. She has Barry helping her, which is also funny and cool and all that.
Yeah, the entire reason I wanted to do Jill was because of Barry. I was thinking about doing Chris, but like, it's not even that much more difficult. They just put limits around you where you have to do everything yourself. You have to go through all the trials of getting everything, so it's just ridiculous.
And this is the best opening scene in video game history.
Yeah. Yeah, the people that did not know about this, Resident Evil really was supposed to be a video game based off of B movie horror film. So
obviously they never planned it to become what it's become, like a worldwide 7 movies they have now, a bunch of books, a bunch of games. And it just originally started as a B movie that was just supposed to stop in and of itself. Which, to be completely honest, without giving anything away for someone who hasn't played before... Oh, we have to see this.
And, I mean, if it would have ended here, it would have made sense, too. Like, the ending seems pretty, like, one-off-ish.
So this is the DualShock version. In the original version, you get to see, like, the bloody stump of the hand and all that, but they cut it off in the DualShock version. And I think the director's cut as well. I think that's cut off.
Yes. I believe the only way you can see this is original Resident Evil. Joseph!
Joseph! But, yeah, without giving too much away, because you'll see later, one of the main characters gets stabbed at the end, and it looks like they die by all accounts and purposes.
And then the entire thing blows up too. So you're like, well, it's over.
Yeah, he gets stabbed, he looks lifeless, the entire mansion blows up, and then one of the main parts in the entire story, once you get to Code Veronica and Resident Evil 4 and all that, is that this character's still alive, and... you know what, screw it. I'll give it away. It's Wesker. I mean, who hasn't played this game before? Yeah, but Wesker, like, is so dead in this. And he comes back as, like, superhuman. And at that point, you're like, really? So...
Cast.
This was meant to be just one game, obviously. They don't even have that much to use to show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, there's like 1 minute clip.
They show footage of stuff that was just...
Wait, that's weird. They show the clips of Chris, but no one else.
Chris is the most.
Did you ever realize that?
No.
They don't even show Jill's, and Jill was just in it. Albert Wesker. Look at that hair. This guy's so cool. This music. That's so weird. So yeah, this was so obviously meant to be a B movie. I don't know if they did the bad voice acting on purpose or not. I don't know if they ever said. I honestly have no idea, but it's a unique game. It's very unique. It's unlike any other Resident Evil.
What is this?
Wow. What a mansion. What a mansion.
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
And it's kind of funny too because like all the voice actors are awful, but Barry actually has a good voice actor. He's just hampered by retarded writing.
Yeah, like his voice acting's not bad. It's just
Maybe it's Chris. Now Jill, can you go? I'm going with
if somebody put a line in front of me and said, "Read this line, you, the Master of Unlocking, take it with you." How else can you say it if you're not allowed to change it?
Yep.
Stay alert.
Stay alert. So it's like, Trevor, here's a lockpick. Wait, what does he say? Here's a lockpick.
It'd be helpful if
Here's a lockpick. It'd be helpful if you, the Master of Unlocking, take it with you. There's no way you can say it that doesn't make it sound stupid. This is the start of our grand adventure. This blood. I hope it is not.
In case you watched the Mega Man 2 Let's Play that we just did, we did mention that I did try this once before, and it did fail. So
It was at the snake boss, and the snake boss that it's very
the snake
picky.
boss could be a little bit bullcrappy because it can trap you in the corner, and because of how the aiming and how the everything works in this game, you can it'll just kill you.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to me. This time I'll be taking a lot more safe. I might, right before it, just make a save point just in case.
What?
But,
I honestly don't care. That's fine.
so let's just see.
This is the hardest zombie in the game. His name is, when I used to post on Resident Evil 1 forums on GameFAQs, this was only a couple years ago, maybe like 5-6 years ago, we called him Great Baldy. And the main reason is not only does it take out and completely decapitate, who is that? Kenneth?
Kenneth, yes.
Kenneth, STARS member Kenneth, literally decapitates him, but Barry out here has a Magnum pistol, which will kill any other enemy in one hit, easily. And as you'll see...
What is it? It's a monster!
1, 2, 3.
So that's any other... If you had that gun, any other in the entire game would die, but Great Baldy...
And not even just hunters. If you would shoot a dog, if you would shoot a hunter, if you would shoot pretty much anything. I don't know about like the snake boss if it would die in one hit, but it would probably die in 2.
Yeah. Great Baldy is... You're lucky Barry's there, because... Great Baldy is...
Hardcore. Oops.
Dinner utensils.
Yeah, this game's pretty cool that you can just like check whatever you want. Usually it doesn't say anything like interesting about it. It's just like dinner utensils. But
I like the games like Silent Hill where everything you look at is like, what's wrong with this town? What is this? And you're like, okay. There's some that are like dinner utensils, and then it's like, I can't believe what's going on. What is this?
and here I have to search for Wesker, aka search, which is go up and down the stairs, and then I'll just be like, oh, you search for him. Because you can't leave any part of this hall.
Well, Wesker's not here.
Oh, I guess he's not here.
Find anything,
Oh, we got some
Nothing.
Master of Unlocking coming
What
up.
is this all about? Can't figure it out.
Yeah, Jill's voice actor is way worse than Barry's.
Me too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for himself. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay. I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor. Okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the Master of Unlocking, take it with
The
you.
Master of Unlocking.
You literally cannot even say that line in a
Thanks.
It's so
coherent
dumb.
way.
Like, there's nothing that makes sense about it. It's like, you, the Master of
This
Unlocking.
hall is dangerous! Do you start with the first floor even?
Whoa. What?
Do you start with the first floor even?
If something happens, let's
What do you think?
Because he says, we should start with the first floor.
I do start with the first floor,
Oh.
but it doesn't even matter.
This time I'll be there.
And he does. Spoilers. Barry
If
is
you
so
go up
helpful.
to that door, you see right there on the top of the balcony, he is there for some reason. I don't know how it happens, But if you go right up there, that would be an event that you see him at.
So despite the fact that he went to the first floor on the opposite side, he is there instantly, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed that. Yeah, I talked at length about Resident Evil 6 when we did the, just like 2 hours ago, run. And the general discourse of it was, I don't like Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
And I really
It's not a game that is horrible.
No. It's not horrible. It's not glitchy. It's just not fun.
Yeah. It's a game so average that it, like, nulls its existence of a game.
And you know what? I'm going to be honest. It's one of those games I went into it wanting to like it. I really wanted to like it. So that's more painful than anything for me when, like, I go into something and I'm like, I really want to like this. And then, like, you want to tell yourself, you want your, like, to trick your mind into thinking, yeah, this game's good. But I literally couldn't at any point during it. I haven't done Leon's quest yet. I barely got through Jake's quest, and I'm halfway through Chris's quest, but it was such a hassle. I felt, it's one of those games where you feel like you're doing work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Now, here is one of the parts that separates Jill's and Chris's quest. Not only do you get Barry, who grabs your hand and holds it the entire time, but you have different sets of skill between the other characters. If you tried to play this song right away as Chris, you couldn't. And... but Jill can. And the difference is that Chris has Rebecca, which you don't get right away. You have to find Rebecca first. And then after that, like, if you go into this room, Rebecca will come in and be like, oh, let me try. And she doesn't really know how to play piano either. So you sort of have to, like, do chores and wait for this to come up. So you can't get the gold plate right away.
And it's
leads
funny,
to the helmet key.
if you think about that,
Or
you can do all that stuff for Chris and open the door, and even if you didn't know where the gold emblem is, you still wouldn't have figured it out. That's a very lengthy puzzle for Chris. There's a lot of stuff you have to know. But yeah, Resident Evil 6, I'm just sad for it. I really am. Like, it's so average, and I wanted to like it so bad. I still think it's Wait, did you get the thing?
I'm getting the clip. I forgot about it.
I'm not gonna say I like Resident Evil 5 better than it.
Kenneth!
What happened? He's a mere shadow of his former self.
His head.
At least it's better
You
than...
could say that he's headless.
Or you could say he's ahead of the game.
That's actually a joke, and that makes it not funny.
Dang it. I failed.
You don't understand humor.
But Resident Evil 1 is very unique to even the other Resident Evils, 2, 3, even the early ones. It's very, very unique. As Trevor pointed out last time, the controls, it still has the old school style tank controls.
But they're a lot worse.
But they're worse. It's much harder to aim at stuff. Sometimes when I watch Trevor play, I'm like, oh yeah, it's so hard to aim. Like when he was fighting the snake, he kept shooting and it kept going over the snake, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
This is the worst.
So in here, the map's up there, I can get it there, and then in this room, there's a zombie with an ink ribbon, and ink ribbons are used to save, so I'm not going to get it. I don't need either of them.
As Trev pointed out to me earlier, there are only 2 item chests in the entire mansion.
Ah!
Oh! Duh! Duh!
But seriously, dogs are the most annoying.
Dogs are incredibly difficult in this game.
They don't scale right in terms of damage. Ooh.
Hey, baby. Yo. Yeah.
So if you shoot a shotgun at a dog, it won't die. It will only think it got shot once.
Really?
I think with a Magnum it would die because it's just one shot. But like, the shotgun's like a whole bunch of pellets, or it's like a range. But if you shoot a dog, you're not pinpoint, it won't die. I don't know. It's just one of those things in this game that are weird.
Yeah, Resident Evil 1 is definitely very unpolished compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
There is no doubt in that. And because of that, there's a lot of weird quirks with it.
Here's a part where Barry holds your hand, and it's very different from Chris. Basically, you can get this shotgun right away, but there's a catch. When you lift it up, you can see that some sort of mechanism goes up. And when you leave this room, it locks down and the ceiling goes down on you and you'll die. So in Chris's case, no one helps you. So if you get trapped, you're dead.
And you do get trapped. The door is locked
Yeah.
and you die.
Like, you can't do anything about it. This door is locked and this door is locked. So you die. You just have to wait for your death. So you have to find a broken shotgun that's not very late in the game, but you have to find a key first. And then you get it, then you have to come all the way back, and then you're finally done. But in, like this, Jill
What's going on?
is like, hey, what's going on? And then Barry's right there.
Jill?
Look at this hand
Those
movements.
hand movements.
What happened? What happened?
Perry, help me, please.
Dat DualShock.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Like, I guess it's kind of cool that it's the DualShock version, but it's like, why?
Hurry this way, not the other way to the other locked door. What?
Also, I do not use the analog sticks in this game. It is pure D-pad.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
use-
No, I use the D-pad.
Yeah.
I use the D-pad. There is no way you can play a tank control. Does Onimusha let you use the D-pads?
You're right, you're right.
I have to think about it. I haven't played this game in a long time.
There's no way you can play a tank control game without the freaking D-pad.
But Barry,
Didn't you say
didn't you
you're
say
going
you're
back to
going
the
back to the
dining room to
dining
do some
room to do
research?
some
Women.
research?
Why on earth are you here?
Are you here?
Sorry.
A guy saves a girl, and then the girl
I
freaking
just had
jumps on his
something
case.
I wanted to check.
I'm sorry that I saved your life.
Shall we? Shall we?
I like this line.
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. See you later, Tony. Yeah.
Yep.
Yup. That feel. Anyway.
Okay, let's try. The last time I did this room, it was not good. So I'm just gonna kill this.
Got a fresh start, dude.
Is it dead? Nope, it's not dead. I'm just gonna kill this one too. Whoa, its arm came off.
Yeah, that happened a couple times.
I have to kill this one eventually anyway, because I have to go through that door. So it doesn't really matter. Just have to be a little bit more hardcore in
So yes,
ammo now.
there's I guess you could say 4 main parts of this game. The first time going through the mansion, the second time going through the what is after you get through the mansion? What do you go to the guard? No, you don't go to the guardhouse.
Yeah, you go to the guardhouse. Then you come back to the mansion. Then you go to the laboratory.
So there's 4 main parts, and the only thing
Or you go through a underground
something.
thing.
Yeah.
And then you get to
Oh, I hate that underground thing. Did you practice that yet? Like, did you get that far?
I did practice it a little bit. Yes.
Okay, I hate running for that.
Idiot. From cradle to grave. Okay. No.
No.
Where's the infant one? I just did. Oh wait, it's the third painting. That's right.
Picture of a lively boy.
I did choose 2 before this, right?
I think so.
Okay. Then I do young man, which is not that one. I mean, it's not a huge deal if I do it wrong. The crows will become angry, but it's not a big deal.
The crows are just waiting there for you to do it, and they're like, "Hey man, come on."
I really like the camera angles in this place.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool. And for a PS1 game, and albeit an early PS1 game, the graphics on the birds are fantastic.
Oh, I did it wrong. I did not. I guess I did not press the 2 buttons for newborn baby and infant. Which
Do they go back, or do you have to kill them all?
they go back.
Oh, cool.
That's why I left.
They're like, "Hey man, you rustled my feathers. You really rustled my feathers, dog." But yeah, the first time going through the, it's very simple technically what you're supposed to do in this game. Very, very simple. The first time through the mansion, all you have to do is get these 4 crests, of which Trevor is going to be getting... Of which Trevor is going to be getting 1 right now. So you get those 4. You go to the guardhouse, or the underground thing. What are you supposed to get in the underground thing? I forget.
You just go through it.
Oh, you just go through it. You come back. You come... I think it's down that way. You
Yeah, I
got
know.
Lively Boy.
I know.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, you didn't do Lively Boy yet.
I know.
Oh.
I just don't remember where it is.
It's
This
down.
one?
No, further towards the end.
It's the third one?
Yeah, then you go through that, then you come back, and the only thing you have to do is find an MO disc and a battery, and then you go to the laboratory and you finish.
Yeah, my short-term memory is horrible, so it's hard for me to remember this stuff.
Tired, middle-aged man. That's me. A withered old man.
Bold-looking old man, even though it doesn't look like a man at all. It looks like a woman that's a monster to me.
Yeah, it looks really weird. Them graphs. No, I won't take your dumb Stars Crest. You should reload.
Meh.
Ka.
Yeah, sure.
But Resident Evil 1 has definitely the best puzzles of any of the Resident Evil games.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely! Resident Evil Code Veronica is probably a close second. That one has some really cool puzzles. But Resident Evil 1 doesn't have freaking Bandersnatches, so it's better. Freaking Bandersnatches, those one-armed freaks.
Yeah, but you don't get explosive crossbow rounds.
That's also true. I really wish they would make an old-school style one again. It doesn't even have to be fixed camera. Like, it really doesn't have to be fixed camera.
And if a lot of zombies go down on the ground and you can't do anything about it, like... I mean, if you go past them and exit the area, they'll regenerate back to full health, so you have to waste ammo. So I really have to make sure they're dead if I'm going to unload any bullets on them. So I can put this away.
Don't need this anymore. Don't need this anymore. Anymore.
Don't need this key
You don't?
for a long time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's a shield key. Yep, the shield key only opens one door in the game, and it is the first boss room, where I died.
That feel when failure. Pick up the plant thing.
I'm also gonna get a green herb. Just in case.
Justin Bailey. That reference.
I don't get it.
Really?
No.
Isn't Justin Bailey the code you put into Metroid 1 where you get to see Samus without her suit on?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Man, I'm pretty sure it is. Yo, all you guys out there,
I mean, if it is, that's
comment
cool.
underneath and let us know. Even though we could Google that really easily later. Pretty sure it is, though. Pretty sure it is.
I do not remember that.
Well, you know
I'm
what?
sorry.
I'm correct. Always. Always.
Always.
I think my least favorite part of this game is probably the first time through the mansion, just because there's so much to do. Like, there's so many keys and so many locked doors and all this stuff. I really like
But that's
it.
what the cool part is.
I mean, it is true. It's hard, so. He knocked his freaking arm off.
He said.
Also, it's just, this game is so weird. Zombies move and act weird. It's just a weird game, man.
Yeah.
It's just made so weird.
Also, I think zombies take a lot more bullets in this game, if I am correct.
You mean than Resident Evil, like, 2, or?
Yeah, like, I would say so. Like, zombies can take a minimum of 4, which doesn't happen a lot. Or, they can take a max of 7, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's being able to kill 2 zombies with a freaking clip. Which is ridiculous. But this is definitely one of those games that if you got it back in the day and you paid $50 for a brand new, and as long as you didn't buy the strategy guide and, like, read...
What?
No way. No
What?
way.
What happened?
That was 2 shots.
That's never happened before.
That's unbelievable.
Of all the times I played this game, that's never happened.
Wow.
I mean, that's cool, but what?
Oh, this particular staircase reminds me. What I didn't talk about last time, and I'd like to talk about, is the re-releases of this game. Okay, so first of all, the very, very famous one is the remake on GameCube. It's called RE-Make or Remake. It is fantastic. It is slightly changed, but you know, in all cool ways. They add stuff.
It's a lot changed.
There is a lot that changed, but it keeps you on your toes, and it still remains true to itself. Okay, so there's that. There is the Resident Evil Deadly Silence, which I haven't played, but I've seen and Trevor
It's
has played.
exactly the same.
It is just a port, but it is pretty cool to play it on the DS.
Yeah.
And then there, of course, there is the Resident. There is the.
Any clues? Any clues?
No.
Another part where Barry.
I will go into it till after this.
Okay. Another part where Barry holds your hand. He talks about the situation and then gives you acid rounds for the bazooka, which I'll be getting momentarily.
And from what Trevor says, the bazooka acid rounds are the best thing in the game.
And well, I mean the Magnum's better than that, but
I guess most useful.
the
at best.
default ammo for the bazooka, as I've been learning, are horrible. So I'm going to actually I'm going to equip the bazooka and just use it on zombies.
But how about you, Barry?
You mean just the?
Thank
The
you.
explosive
Take
rounds.
I have
this.
this. Oh yeah, the normal explosive rounds. You
Yep.
got him.
And he's like, I have this. And you're like, oh yeah.
That's right, you do.
Literally the best weapon.
What if you don't have any item slots available?
I think I haven't played Remake in a long time, but I kind of remember that you get the Magnum from Barry when you play Jill.
Yeah, I think it's after the Lisa Trevor parts.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Remake is one of
so different.
the 3 scariest games ever made.
Yeah, definitely.
And-
Yeah, Resident Evil was not a scary game.
I mean, it has its frightful moments and it's tense. It's tense, definitely true. It's definitely tense. But Resident Evil Remake is so scary. It's just so scary. I consider Resident Evil Remake and Fatal Frame 2 to be the scariest games I've ever seen. If I could ever get far into it, I would say Siren for PS2 is also an extremely scary game.
Yeah, if you can get past the first 5 minutes.
Get past it, but it seems really scary. But yeah, Remake is so scary. Now, there's also, and feel free after you're done watching this to go search this on YouTube, there was a port for the Game Boy Color that was mostly created. You might, I don't know, can you find the ROM for that out there? I kind of
I
forget.
don't know.
You might be able to find the ROM. I don't really know.
I do need you.
Cool.
Like, it's cool, but it's very pointless.
Anyway, so there's one made for the Game Boy Color, and man, it's what you can expect for a Game Boy Color one. You can tell they tried really hard, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's
That's why
mostly
they didn't
created.
release it.
So like, I was reminded when Trevor was in that place where he killed a zombie in 2 hits. I was like, oh yeah. I saw that part on the freaking Game Boy Color one, and that's why they didn't release it. There's Resident Evil Gaiden for the Game Boy Color was released, but it's different. It's not a remake of a huge game like this.
And that features Barry, but
Yeah.
that game.
Features Barry, and I think it has Leon in it.
I've never played it. I mean, I tried it.
I tried it,
but
too.
the music and then like
I
the entire thing.
actually tried to get really far in it. That is not a joke. Really tried to get far in it. He blew up in your face. That's cool.
So I can put away those for later.
But yeah, definitely go and look that up because it's very neat. It's very neat. I would honestly try to play it if I could find a ROM for it. I mean, it would be awful, but cool in its weird way. Bring down that shotgun now.
You do.
Shotgun! Shotgun! Wait,
Honestly, I don't think I have to yet.
what, the shotgun?
Yeah. Because I have a lot more ammo than I did last time. See, that's what I was talking about before we started this, that, like, depending on the ammo I use for things, like, I have to either get clips or put away weapons faster than other times.
Yeah.
And honestly,
There's still one.
since I hate this one, I'm just gonna kill it.
Is it a 4?
No. It's actually 6. Oh, 7.
Ugh, that's so lame.
And the worst feeling is when you put like 6 rounds into a enemy, and then
Freaking bites you.
they bite your foot, and you
Oh,
go
it's
down
the
to caution,
worst.
and you're like, cool.
You're like, that was worth it. And in the first game, the first run through, Trevor got hit by 2 zombies and was pretty much at caution. So this game is hard. You do not have the thing.